Please report any violations of these rules to the nearest doctor, security, or arena staff member. Fans, we want to deck you out with a 407 Saints themed t-shirt for upcoming giveaway day. Grab your tickets and be there on game day when we hand out shirts to every fan building.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche Alegría, an annual tradition in the NBA, celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. This is Kevin Holland, Greg Anthony, Frank Keller, and reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Wendell Carter.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively. And that's something to change.
Now let's take a look at the opening lineup. Dosunmu is out there with Smith. Then it's the Prophet. Then it's Trey Jones. And it's Vucevic in at the front, roaming the paint. And for the Magic, Wagner and Bancaro are the forwards. At the guard spots, it's Suggs and Anthony. And it's Carter in at the 5 spot. Special K, the playoffs are not far away. What kind of discussions are going on right now in those locker rooms?
Kevin, at this point in time, it's all about focus and intent. You understand who you are and what needs to be done. It's now a matter of preparing yourself in your mind and body to go out and do that. You've worked for it, and complacency is not an option.
And a miss there on the triple. And it's Orlando's ball. Suggs passes to Anthony. Here's Wagner. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Just punishing the defense from the interior. Wagner doesn't mind scoring against physical defense.
Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Well, I tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Suggs passes to Carter. And here is Anthony. Wagner outside. Pass to Bancaro. Clock at 4. Shoots over Dosunmu. Bancaro, that's good.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Here's Vucevic. Hello, Bancaro making his last shot. The Prophet passes to Dosunmu. Here's the Prophet. Takes a 3. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Wagner outside. Bancaro outside. Wagner with a screen for Bancaro. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Take a look at the Warriors. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, right now for the Bulls, they've proven time and time again this season that not only are they for real, but they may be the team to beat.
Good closeout for Suggs right there. How about the young fella impacting the game at the defensive end?
And the rejection by Smith. Here's Jones. And it's Wagner with the rebound. The Magic have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Anthony finds Bancaro. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star grade in 2024, Paolo Bancaro.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? If you
ground running like Marquero has, becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Now here's Dosunmu. His last outing, 16 points for him. The Prophet with the bucket. The Prophet's got 5 points so far.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Here's Suggs. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Down low. Here's Anthony. Kicks it out to Banchero. Second chance shot. The Magic again can't hit. Chicago's gone 2 from long range in the first quarter. On the basket by Jones.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Banchero outside. Back to Suggs. Suggs with a screen for Wagner. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Smith. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Back to Wagner. Banchero kicks to Wagner. Will it go? Traps in the tray. He has luck.
Hunting for that shot. Wagner wants to eat.
The Bulls leading by 4. Here's Jones. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now, here's Wagner. 5 points in the game. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. His 3-pointers off the mark. Chicago's got 4 on 3 pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Suggs passes to Anthony. Nailed from 3-point land.
Prepared to let it fly. Anthony was just waiting for the rock.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Bulls. 4-point game, defeated by the Pacers in the last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively, and that one gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They look to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Collins comes in for Vucevic, and it's Kobe White in for Jones. Wagner from long range. Offensive rebound. Chicago leading by 6. The Prophet passes to Dosunmu. Finish off the break.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Outside Anthony. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish.
Now here's White. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. A shot. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Dosunmu's got his second bucket. So the Magic, their last game, a win against the Rockets in Houston. Pass to Anthony. Now, here's Banchero. Shoots the 3. Another miss by Banchero.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
White looking around. For 3. Carter pulls it in. The Magic trail by 8. Now, here's Suggs. A 14-point game for him in the win against Houston.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was. Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with tons blazing.
Tries again. And it's Banchero missing.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And probably more of a natural scorer than passer. Wright has worked hard on his play.
Orlando trailing here. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Mo Wagner. Then it's Corey Joseph. Then it's Paolo Banchero. And it's Caldwell Pope at the tip. That's the good start of the second quarter for the Magic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Banchero. That shot goes in. Now has 3 field goals and 6 misses today.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alton. David.
Hey guys, well, the Prophet in the last game against Indiana was terrific. He added 29 points, and the energy he played with was amazing, willing his way to a double-double. And those are big numbers he put up. It's hard to match, but he'll be aiming high again tonight. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him. It might force him to adjust or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
And Orlando will get a change here. Houston's checked in. Jones checked in for the ball. Fades back. Another miss by Orlando. Bulls leading by 7. Outside, Jones. It's deflected.
Helps to have a shooting guard who can block shots. A real bonus, and Caldwell Pope does a nice job at stiff-arming shooting.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Banchero outside. Banchero draws the double. And it's Wagner missing. Chicago's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Mo Wagner.
You guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He's looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Howard's checked in for Orlando. And Chicago also making a switch. Smith is checked in. The Prophet passes to Smith. Sinks the triple. Smith's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bulls.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those doubles, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Banchero inside. Defended by Horton Tucker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, I know you'd agree. Paolo Banchero is certainly living up to the hype, being a #1 overall pick.
Yeah, you know, I loved him when he was in college. Loved his size, his athleticism, his IQ, his tenacity. I mean, I don't think there's anything on the floor that he can't hit.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. And it's Suggs in for Howard. Pass to the Prophet. It's stolen by Banchero. Caldwell Pope with it. Now guarded by the Prophet. And here is Suggs. Carter on the way. Defended by Dosunmu. 5 to shoot. Here's Suggs from deep. Rebound by Smith. The Prophet passes to Vucevic. Shock of 2 there. Vucevic has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, that's just strength there. That's what we call weight room. The power of Vucevic on display.
And there's the strength to finish it off.
Strong to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when their teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
Here's the Prophet. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Here's the Prophet. Rebound by the Magic. This time they faced off. It was right here at home, but they couldn't get it done.
Flying saucer yung lasa lang may flavor kasi yung Daddy, akin tong walang takip. Sa'yo yung may dalawa.
Saan na matalo si Kapil? Liig itong mga ano dito. Donald Trump.
Yung una nating pinuntahan? Yung pangalawa okay yung bayo dito?
Well, ay gusto nung Carol. Halos hipit nga dito tapos. Lahat ng mga Polish na pinunta sa Germany dahil dito. Tapos, mawala ng trabaho yung mga ibang tao.
Ay, wala bubot sa kanya.
Eh, di mga Polish yung bubulot sa kanya. Kaya,
Pag puro Polish ang nandito, di wala na din o yung economic nila wala na.
ekonomiya nga.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi sinasabi naman ni Rafael, malaking tulong pa rin ng mga
foreigners.
Dahil dun umunlad ang Warsaw.
In their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they did knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
Smith outside. Inside. Here's the Prophet.
Nice shit.
The shot missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
He gets that one. Suggs has got 4 points this quarter.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always on attack mode.
Here's the Prophet. 29 points for him last game against Indiana. Out to the wing. Smith the pass to the Prophet. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Jones for three. Carter pulls it in.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading the Caps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
The Bulls leading by 7. Smith the pass to the Prophet. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. The Prophet's got 9.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Wagner's checked in for Orlando. Anthony comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then for the Bulls, Collins checked in for Vucevic. Kevin Herter comes in for the Prophet. And it's Kobe White for Jones.
Alin?
Yung kalahati.
Eh, marami. Hindi, maraming cards.
Here's Son.
Dapat kapag gagawa ka, ano lang, walang patong. Kapag gano'n sa unang
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Magic lead by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the Fan at Court Shot. Give me a beat.
Ano yung white?
They're measuring up the shot.
This white.
Give it up for the participant.
Bili ka ano?
Welcome, everyone, to halftime. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in a good matchup here at the break.
I like the way they've been running, pushing the ball, putting their defense on its heels.
Yeah, you love that tempo. When they play fast, they can put points on the board in a hurry.
Now let's take a moment here for a look at the upcoming schedule.
And look at the Nets matchup. Although they appear to be the better team, they can't get caught up thinking that. You know, that's when you let your guard down.
And in this league, Jet, it seems like upsets happen every week. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Well, you have to like what we're seeing so far from Paolo Banchero.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Here's Suggs. taking a look at the Bulls. They've got the Prophet. Smith is out there with Dosumu. And it's Vucevic. And it's Jones in at the point.
You just know from a very young
Ipapadala mo pa o
age, he's been
hindi.
perfecting that three-point shot. Maybe like his dad. His dad was kind of a pedestrian three-point shooter.
Here's the Prophet, covered by Anthony. Here's the Prophet from 8. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. The Prophet's got 11 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence could be higher. The coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
Anthony in the corner. Lets it fly from 18. On the clock. Here's Wagner. Rebound by the Bulls. And if you're just joining us, we're playing over a minute here in the third. Smith, the pass to Dosu. To the middle. To the paint. Here's the Prophet. Back to Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
All the reach you need to throw it down there. Vucevic making it look easy.
And Anthony's got the ball here for Orlando. Suggs kicks to Anthony. Carter outside. Now here's Wagner. Defended by Dosumu. Clock at 6. Suggs played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 8.
That's the thing about Suggs, a footballer in high school. He gives you physicality in the backcourt.
Chicago trailing here. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Jones drives in. And it's sent back by Carter. And Carroll passes to Anthony. That missed basket now makes him 4 of 8 from the field. And like a number of centers in today's NBA, Wendell Carter Jr. continues Clark to hone his three-point shooting.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, it's almost mandatory necessary for big guys nowadays to be able to knock down not only the mid-range jumper, but the three-point shot. Give credit to Carter Jr. for seeing this growing trend and then working to put it into his toolkit.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Wagner left side. Great D that time from Vucevic. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Pass to Jones. Suggs with the steal. And they're moving it up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Boy, you look at Jalen Suggs' athleticism now. That first step, extremely quick, and he's got the verticality. That combination makes it tough for you to stay in front of.
Good on the second free throw. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. The Prophet passes to Dosu. And here's Smith. Jones with the bounce pass. Some nice ball movement here by the ball. Over in the corner, Dosumu. Chicago again turning it over.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch, and that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
And here is us. 9 points in the game so far. Banchero, that's good.
And this is something Banchero continues to hone, wanting to become a dangerous threat from deep.
Here's the Prophet, covered by Anthony. Here's the Prophet. Pass to Dosumu. Pocket 2. Buries the long-range jumper. Dosumu's got 7 points.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Orlando leading by 3. Outside Anthony. Wagner outside. Puts up a three. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his third foul of the game. Mo Wagner's checked in for Cole Anthony. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start today. Pass to the Prophet. Back to Jones. To the inside. The Prophet passes to Vucevic. And too much time in the way. Called for the 3-second violation.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Jalen Suggs. They've got some big performances from him since the All-Star break. He's right around 17 points tonight, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. The real story, though, is how big of an impact he makes on the defensive end. Absolutely. I mean, he's a lockdown guy, both on the ball and when helping out.
And finished off by Wagner.
Wagner able to bounce to the rack and throw it down, and he'll do so just about any time he has the opportunity.
Here's Smith. Capitalizes off the crossover. He's got 9.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Magic leading by 3. Wagner outside. Pass to Wagner. Launches a 3. Here's Carter, and then Carter with the jam.
A terrific offensive rebound. Carter Jr. excelled using that big body of his to take advantage on the ball.
Outside, Jones. Here's the Prophet from the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists now in this one. Jones against Suggs. Wagner has straight on Jones. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. And they come right back with their own 3-point.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding, let him eat.
So Chicago. Some changes here.
Wala ka na ng score. Kaya na naman. May babago na yung pananaw mo sa buhay kapag gano'n.
1:19 left to play in the third. The Prophet passes to Collins. Pass to the Prophet. To Silva with the rebound. Orlando leading by 9. Here's Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
Boy, nice finish that time by Isaac. Power and athleticism on that dunk.
And here's one. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Their next game, playing at home, is the Knicks coming to town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
I love the spirit he's shown tonight, particularly on the offensive end. Boy, I tell you what, the hole would be a lot deeper if he wasn't being as efficient as he's been so far.
Here's Wagner, and it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Master Williams fires the 3. To Silva with the rebound.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that.
Wagner with it. Now guarded by the Prophet. Off on the layup. Over in the corner, White. Here's the Prophet going inside. And he finishes nicely on the layup. The Prophet's got 18 points in the game.
Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Wagner from long range. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Orlando Magic in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing. Now let's hear what head coach Bill Donovan was thinking.
Just an observation. We got to get a whole lot more physical. Loose balls we need to dive on. We need to get more physical.
Gagalit pa si coach.
Emphasis on toughness. Tired of seeing his team get pushed around.
I mean, as a coach, it's torture watching your guys get moved around out there. Might need a personnel change if this continues.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Jonathan Isaac, Caldwell Pope out there with Corey Joseph. Then is Paolo Banchero. And it's Wagner into the center, locking down the middle. That's who's out there for Orlando. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And just running the offense. White's that breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Orlando.
Well, you know, for me, when you can convert this many times in the paint, I think that's a sign that your offense is really in a healthy state.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponents the entire game.
Isaac with a screen for Banchero. Off target from three-point range.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Smith the pass to the prop. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And Banchero outside. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Jones the pass to Dosu. Vucevic up top, shoots. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Banchero's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Joseph. Banchero outside. Isaac against Smith. Isaac down low. Just 2 to shoot. Kicks it out to Banchero. At the live Orlando. Wagner wide open. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Wagner, he's got a good-looking jump shot, really, from anywhere on the floor.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. A shot by the Prophet, no good. Orlando leading by 8. Pass to Banchero. It's tipped. It's stolen by Vucevic. Ball's not loose. Pushing it up. All going up court. A putback.
Doing a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball for him to this point.
Jalen Suggs has checked in for the Magic. Suggs against Jones. Pass to the Prophet. Here's Vucevic. Vucevic is screen on Banchero. The Bulls with another miss.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Here's Wagner. And finish off by Wagner.
Exactly what you want from your big guy. Wagner snatches that loose ball and then is able to finish the play.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Jones with the bounce pass. Vucevic with the bucket.
Of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Wagner with a screen for Suggs. Wagner outside. Here's Caldwell Pope. A second chance effort. A shot, no good. Smith with some nice deep. Bulls trail by 8. Pass to the Prophet. Vucevic against Wagner. Vucevic pass to the Prophet. Can't
Ay,
cash
shit.
in from
Ba't
close
sumablay
range.
kayo?
Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Suggs. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's the Prophet. He's guarded by Caldwell-Pope. Smith. Isaac with some nice D.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Over in the corner, Caldwell-Pope. Suggs with the ball. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising. An effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. Franz Wagner comes in for Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Vucevic is screen up.
Anong gusto mo dyan?
8.
Suggs. Jones, the pass to the Prophet. And that comes off the assist by Jones. 26 points for the Prophet.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Wagner finds Banchero. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. He takes it up and lays it in. 16 points for Paolo Banchero.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside. And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Magic leading by 7. Now, Suggs. Good for his ninth make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
Suggs handling his business so far in this one. Really putting the work in on the offensive end.
And that one is good.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
And for the Magic, they're shooting the pedestrian 36% in the fourth quarter. Offense not doing their best work of late. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle them up right away. And Orlando making a change here. Anthony's checked in. And now we got some time to check in for the sideline. He got for his DA.
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley said to his team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. We don't beat ourselves. We walk around to win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Bulls trail by 10 to the paint. And he uses the glass on the way.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Now, here's Wagner. Off target from outside.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the ball.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
Suggs passes to Banchero. Over Smith. And it's Banchero missing. For Chicago, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. And it's Vucevic missing. Magic leading by 6. Down low. Baseline J on the way. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Smith's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here we go. And it's in there. That's now 32 points for the Prophet.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Outside Anthony. Banchero inside. He's against Smith.
Ay, shit.
From 13. And that one's good, Anthony. And the Magic lead by 6.
Nice, smooth jump shot from Anthony. I like him in that medium range area.
1:41 left in the fourth quarter. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get to. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in. He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Ay, puta, nadakdakan.
Just like his dad.
Layo.
Coming through when the game is tight.
And so it's Jones will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. A floater. A shot by the Bulls. No good. Magic leading by 5. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Wagner finds Anthony. Carter with it. Pass to Bankero. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by Smith.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what. He's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Here's the Prophet. On the 3 off target. Fires from the wing. And Anthony with the basket on the assist from Bankero.
And smart ball movement there from Bankero. And that selflessness will endear him to his teammates.
About 7 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. The Prophet with the bucket.
He just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And an intentional foul right there. We've got 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Outside Anthony. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Chicago calls timeout. There's 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
There's 10 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
You know, give them credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Simply delaying the inevitable here coming to this point. Even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
Both free throws good from Son.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Don't beat yourself up till you check the tape. Rest, recuperate, get ready for tomorrow. Crowd looks hyped tonight. Better come with it. MP, you're my favorite player, man. Oh.
Coming up in the city of big shoulders, Chicago, Illinois, at the United Center. The Nets take it on the Bulls. For the Brooklyn Nets, they've won just 4 games out of their last 10, and they know they can do better. This team has talent, and they'll try to bring it all back together and get things on track with a win. Bulls, Nets, and we'll be right back.
They say revenge is a dish that's best served cold. The good, young, we all grow old. You never and if you cry, you never believe it. Be a good boy, Johnny. Don't you ever play with me. So they say, you gotta call before you. So they say.
It's a very special day on the calendar. Noche Latina, commemorating the NBA's connection to Latin heritage and culture. This is Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie LaForce will be our reporter from the sideline. And in that March stretch, some interesting things going on in the East. You look at the Bulls, final stretch of the season, they've got the #1 seed and have shown no signs of giving it up. And of course, Brooklyn, currently a ways below. And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Johnson. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. And for Chicago, they've got Jalen Smith. He's out there with Dosunmu. Trey Jones is out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's the Prophet in at the 2. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Graham.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
And the tip goes to the Nets. Now here's Johnson. He's covered closely. They set the pick. Wide open look. And it's cleared by Vucevic. And it's the Bulls' ball. Here's the Prophet. Rebounded by Johnson. Left side, Russell. Right side, Johnson. Let's go with the 3. Hits the trifecta.
Look at the release from Johnson. Getting that shot off before the defenders can close out.
And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. It's a 3-point game. Here's Dosunmu. And he banks in the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of him. He will gladly take those.
Outside, Williams. And here's Johnson, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. The Prophet, the pass to Dosunmu. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Elevates and detonates the one-hand stuff.
Picture perfect. Brooklyn has gone 1-2 from 3-point land so far. Pass to Johnson. Left side, Williams. Now Russell. Fires the 3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look, but the shot just didn't fall.
And the Nets, one of a handful of franchises that have never won an NBA title.
I was fortunate to be on those Nets finals teams in 2002 and 2003. The combination of Durant, Harden, and Irving was supposed to end that drought and save this Nets franchise, but it was not to be.
The Nets have gone 1-4 to begin this one. To the paint. Pass to Williams. Soft touch off the glass.
The pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Russell against Jones. Here's the Prophet. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Russell. 17 points in his last outing. Outside Johnson. Claxton passes to Johnson. He takes it in. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. The Prophet, the pass to Vucevic. Here's the Prophet. Sumu up top. Williams defending. The Sumu can't hit.
Well, you gotta miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a given.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Russell against Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep, Johnson. Chicago with a rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
I really think that L has to fall on their defense, or a lack thereof. Just not enough focus at that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid shooting from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
The shot by Johnson, no good. And for Chicago, they're shooting 43% to get this one underway. Russell, the pass to Johnson. Off target from outside.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating.
The Prophet, that's good.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, they don't need to change.
And Oakland with possession here. Trailing by 2. Victory eluded.
Nagbabagi shirt, nagbabagi. Kaya siya nag-post ng baggy clothes dahil ayaw niya makita katawan.
Hindi ko nga ako kondisyon daddy niya, wala siyang daddy dito.
Alam ng lahat yan.
Malaki talaga daddy niya.
Kaya nga siya nag-baggy clothes. Ayaw niya makita yung mga katawan. Kilala ko na yan bago pa na ako sumikat.
Sumu outside. Screen on Williams. Sumu for 3.
May sakit yan yung parang nag-tik, alam mo yan. Tik. Yung nagawa gano'n.
Williams passes to Johnson.
Yung ano niya, kapag kuwari isang oras ka wala ginagawa gano'n. May...
Hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Prophet, the pass to Vucevic. Some solid defense from Claxton.
Look, the defense is locked in on him there. I know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Pass to Williams. And here's Claxton. Now here's Johnson. Jacks up a 3. Doesn't go for him.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
The Prophet, the pass to Jones. Here's the Prophet. It's good. Hey. Contact on the shot. So he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Chicago?
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Claxton finds Johnson. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Chicago leading. Inside. The Prophet, the pass to Williams. Got it. Good job in the low post. Here's Russell. No points yet. Outside Johnson. Johnson a screen on White. The 3 from Russell. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
And we know Russell can shoot it. It's what he's out there to do.
White looking it over. To the wing, right side. 3-pointer. The Prophet, that's good. The Prophet's got 10 points.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Here's Russell. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Now here's Johnson. Defense is right there. Shot clock at 6. Russell from outside. Collins with the rebound.
Grab that one. However, so far they're getting a little out-hustled on the boards.
Williams misses. Nets trail by 3. Pass to Melton. Here's Johnson. Shoots. Can't hit that one.
If they want to come back, he needs to be better.
The Prophet. Had a miss there on the triple. And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for Oakland. And he comes up with a bucket.
That's just smart basketball right there. Finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Ball, he's checked in for Chicago. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. It's Sharp.
Dati si Sir Lume, may anak na ba to?
Chicago ends up with a new group. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Nakita ko ipang
ganyan ang mga nasa paligid mo.
parang
Nang ano ba? Patingin.
Pag nanonood ako ng porn, tinitignan ko yung Pepe ko, mas maganda pa. Siyempre, tinitignan ko. Para pagpapangit na papaayos ko na. Dapat conservative.
Paliwang puta.
Dapat conservative.
Conservative ka pa niyan. Nahihipuan ng tao.
Ayo DeSumo out there with Jalen Smith. Then it's Trey Jones. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's the Prophet in at the shooting guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Melton outside from the arc. Rebound by the Bulls. The Prophet's got 4 rebounds now. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the Prophet in their last game against the Magic was a man on a mission. He picked up 38 points and he was very efficient with his shooting, with a solid percentage in both field goals and free throws. And just a huge game for him. His coaches would love to see him do it again, guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry the NBA. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys will carry that momentum into this one. Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Here's the Prophet. Brooklyn with the board. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant. They couldn't get anything going.
It seemed like any time they strung together a few baskets, they just went ice cold so quickly.
Melton misses. Chicago leading by 6. The Prophet pass to Vucevic. Here's the Prophet. Yep, that one goes. The Prophet's got 12 points.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Brooklyn's going 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Now here's Melton. To the middle. Here's Sharp.
Sila daw magbibigay ng work na permit sa dalawa.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Watford gets the bucket.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to the Prophet.
Working permit.
Goes goes up and lays it in nice and easy. 14 points for him.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Nets trail by 7. And a little over 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Watford with it. Now Vincent. 5 to shoot. Shot from the low post is good. Vincent's got his first 2 points of the night. Chicago leading by 5. Here's the Prophet. 38 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando. It doesn't go for him. Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Down low. Here's Sharp. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sends on his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
The Sumbu, a 3, and he knocks it down. He's 3 of 5 now from the floor.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Melton passes to Vincent. Melton, screen on Jones. Outside, Williams. Shoots over to Sumbu. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's to Sumbu. Smith right side. Fires the 3. Buries it from 3. And it's a 9-point Chicago lead.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to steam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
And the Nets shooting just 27% in the second quarter. And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches. But the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run. And honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court.
Horton Tucker is checked in for Sumbu. And that one's good. Melton.
What are you doing? You can't give a player like him that much space. Come on now.
Here's Horton Tucker. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Williams is checked in for Melton. And that's good as he hits both shots. Nets trail by 8. Outside, Williams. Johnson for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
The Prophet, the pass to Smith. Here's Horton Tucker. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. And so it's Williams with it. Brings it up to the Nets. Here's Russell. Driving inside. No, stopping him there. Jammed it in. And he's fouled. An opportunity at a 3-point play. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic. Some changes for Chicago. Collins comes in for Vucevic. And Williams is subbed in for Smith. Here's the Prophet. 3-pointer, no good.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
Now Williams. 17 points for him last game against Cleveland.
Okay, look, when you play aggressively, you can really get to the line.
Comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Brooklyn out in front. They're up by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome to our 2K Sports Studio. The Brooklyn Nets find themselves in quite a battle here tonight.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
When I look at the Nets, they've wanted this to be a turnaround season. They have a few building blocks, but the roster construction is not complete. This front office has some tough decisions to make.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, D'Angelo Russell has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, and let's just say his success will continue.
Kicking off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's 5. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Johnson is out there with D'Angelo Russell, and it's Williams in at the 3 spot. Here's Russell. Outside Johnson. Outside Johnson. Right side, Russell lets it go from deep. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago leading. Here's the Prophet. Pass to Vucevic. Here's the Prophet. And here's Smith on the wing, Jones. Here's the Prophet. Off target with the 3. And Brooklyn shooting 41% in this game. Outside Johnson. Back to Johnson. To the inside. Williams. And Williams punches it home. Man, what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball. Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Dosumu, pass to the Prophet. Claxton with the block, and they get it back. Pass to the Prophet. Back to Jones. Hits a 3-pointer, and the Bulls lead by 2. The Nets have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Outside Johnson. A good look from Johnson. And Brooklyn again with a bucket.
A nice start to the second half. They made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
And out of bounds, it would be Chicago ball. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. And how about Nick Claxton? You'd be hard-pressed to find a more versatile defender.
He's come so far in that area since he came into the league. He's become an elite defender. There isn't a position on the floor he can't guard.
First trip to the line for him here. He does not get the second one.
It's not often you see him be able to deliver at the line like this.
And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The Bulls trail by 3. Dosumu on the wing. Williams defending. Pass to the Prophet. Back to Dosunmu. Fires for three. Fires in the triple. Dosunmu's got 10 points in the game.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Outside Johnson. To the paint. The shot by Johnson, no good. Chicago has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. Here's Johnson. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 6 rebounds in the game. Down low. Vucevic, the pass to the Prophet. Dosunmu outside. To the middle. Vucevic's shot is off. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. Pass to Williams. Back to Johnson. Williams with it for three. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now. Dosunmu with it, working on Williams, and there's a 3-second violation.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
And how about that replay? Man, we got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
And this is exactly why he's out here, in order to block shots in tight games like this.
Outside Johnson. And blocked. Jones, pass to the Prophet. And stolen by Claxton. For the finish. And Claxton throws it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
Pass to the Prophet for the lead. Brooklyn pulls it in. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Here's Dosunmu. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Going out there, no let up.
.141 left in the third. White, the pass to the Prophet. And down it goes. 2 points. The Prophet's got 6 here in the quarter.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Russell with the ball. He's got 16. To end the run. Williams grabs the board. Bulls leading by 7. Here's the Prophet. Rebound Brooklyn. Sharp's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Russell. And then Russell with the dunk.
It's all coming together for Russell on offense. He's found his groove and he is staying in.
Chicago has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the arc since the break. The Prophet uses the glass to finish the layup. The Prophet's got 22 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops it. Just let it roll.
Sharp passes to Wilson. Over Herder. And that one's good. Wilson. 40 seconds left in the third. Outside, Williams. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's foul number 2 for him. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages him to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Vincent checked in for Brooklyn. Here's the Prophet. He's got 22. Here's White. No good that time. Nets trail by 5. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Vincent, right side. Here's Wilson. Herder defending. Blocked! And he gets it back. Offensive board. Back to Melton. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Chicago ahead. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates, leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. They've got Trey Jones. Talon Horton-Tucker is out there with Smith. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's the Prophet in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And it's the Prophet missing.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he still misses it.
Melton outside. Vincent outside. Drives to the hoop. Over Jones. That one's wide left. Chicago leading. Smith inside. Watford covering. A nice shot by Smith.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Vincent passes to Wilson. Back to Vincent. To the paint. Pass to Wilson. Takes a 3. And it's the Prophet with a rebound. The Prophet's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Horton-Tucker, the pass to the Prophet. The baseline J. Basket's good. And now a 6-point Bulls lead. The Nets have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Vincent outside from deep. Sinks the tray.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. They gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Sharp against Vucevic. Down low. Here's the Prophet. He hits the back iron and sinks it. The Prophet's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from inside.
Nets trail by 5. And here's Melton. Now here's Sharp. Vincent outside. Over Jones. Counted for Vincent. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Smith passes to the Prophet. There's the drive. Rebounded by the Nets. Vincent outside. And it's the Prophet with a rebound. The Prophet's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Jones fields it out to the right wing. Here's the Prophet. Melton covers the Prophet. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one on Melton. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Yeah, another thing they did well was feed the ball into the paint. They really utilized their size there tonight.
The Bulls making a switch here. The Sumu's checked in. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Martin comes in for Wilson.
After sinking 1 triple in the first quarter, he nails another one in the second quarter. He's got it going on.
Pass to the Prophet from downtown. He can't hit that time.
Going into halftime, he had 2 threes in his pocket, but hasn't added to that total since.
Now Melton to take the lead. And it's the Sumu with the rebound. The Sumu's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. Here's Jones. Oh, and aggressive with the kiss.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Nets trail by 3. Martin outside. Pass to Johnson. Back to Martin. Vincent passes to Melton. 6 on the shot clock. And they recover it. And that one's good. Sharp.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out.
Yeah, you think you gotta stop, and it's wasted because of the sloppy work in the glass. You literally practice that every day.
It's stolen by Johnson. Here we go, one-on-one. Pass to Melton. To take the lead. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates. Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Now here's Smith, covered by Johnson. Smith inside. Johnson on him. A nice shot by Smith. And the Bulls lead by 3. And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Williams comes in for Martin. Johnson, he's checked in for Melton. And Russell is subbed in for Vincent. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Allie.
Just willing that one in. That's a tough shot there by Russell.
The Bulls have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. The Prophet, the pass to Smith. Nails it from 3.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Nets trail by 4. To the inside. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
There are the point guard skills of Russell. When he's sharing the rock, this offense runs so much smoother.
Here's the Prophet. Brooklyn with the board.
He's lost his momentum in a big hurry. Coming off an excellent quarter, now he just can't find the ball.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Here's the Prophet, covered by Johnson. Pass to the Prophet. Back to Jones. Launches it. Brooklyn with the board. Claxton's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike.
It wasn't perfect, but it was enough to give them the lead.
Pass to D'Souza. Now Vucevic. Williams defending. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line. A chance at a 3-point play.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
The Prophet, the pass to Jones. Here's Vucevic. Smith outside. Pass to D'Souza. Clock at 6. Here's the Prophet, covered by Johnson. The Prophet. Here's Vucevic, and they'll They'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Nets leading by 4. Outside Johnson. Shoots from the line. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after it. Here's Smith. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Cameron Johnson.
And I have no clue how he got that one to fall. Pulling some magic in the midair and torturing the defense in the process.
That's exactly what this team needs right now. Completing the and one.
Russell up top. Defended by Jones. The shot by Russell, no good. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Chicago. Sumu outside. Here's the Prophet driving in. Jones finds Smith. Inside. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Nick Claxton.
Clever pump fake from Vooch. Skilled at baiting defenders into the foul.
At the line for the Bulls, Nikola Vucevic. Taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that ties this game up.
Consistently productive, Vooch can get you 20 and 10 every single night. And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Here's Russell. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Russell's got 22.
Oh, Mr. Ice in his veins himself. Fearless play from Russell. He doesn't let the stakes bother him at all.
Russell against Jones. Pass to Smith. Here's the Prophet. 4 on the clock. The 3 is up. Williams grabs the board. And the Nets with possession here. They lead by 1.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
Play coming through when it matters most.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Pretty much, they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense.
Sumu for 3. That shot off. And they committed an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Brooklyn with the ball. It's a 3-point game. And that's an intentional foul. He gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, they desperately needed those free throws, and he delivered. It's down to a 1-possession game.
And now they foul and stop the clock. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he's able to hit the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. There is a lot on the line. And he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
If they leave the arc open, take it. But it may be safer to get a quick 2 and then foul.
Yeah, time is the enemy at this point, so I think I'd go for the tie and avoid playing the foul game.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he does get the second one. And that gives him a 4-point cushion. Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. 1 second left to play in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
And I'm sure coach is encouraging them to play to the final whistle. Then they can get out of here. And what were they thinking, leaving 3 guys, like 3 open on the perimeter? They got what they asked for.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. And this was an emotional win for them, no doubt about
it. Just a fantastic accomplishment. You love how they just diffuse the energy in this arena.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
Chin up. Tomorrow's a new day. You guys look tired out there. Gotta love X. This city shows people love. These are the games you have to be taken seriously. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Hart. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Fred VanVleet.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Smith is out there with Vucevic. Then it's the Prophet. Then it's Jones. And it's Dosunmu in at the face. And for the Rockets, at the guard positions, VanVleet and Green. Thompson is out there with Halpern Şengün. And it's Brooks and it's small forward. Stan, what are you keeping your eye on here as we go down the stretch of the season?
Well, I like the battle for playoff positioning and seeding. I think home court is really, really important, especially, Kevin, and you've done a lot of them. When you get to Game 7 in a series, you want that on your home floor.
Now, here's Thompson. After the miss from the Prophet, and Thompson throws it down.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
The Prophet, it's good. The assist that time from Smith.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for Houston. Outside, Green. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Green's got a second bucket tonight.
When Green goes up for that mid-range jumper, he gets way up in the air. It makes it very difficult to contest. Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, you want to be aggressive and get the other guys on their heels.
Şengün with a screen on Jones. And here's VanVleet from the arc. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Inside, here's Dosunmu. Nice D for Brooks.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Brooks. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Green. Green, great positioning on the putback. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Take a moment to check out our race for Rookie of the Year. Here are some of the top young talents in the game who will be recognized as the best of the best. Look at the Prophet all season long. He has proven again and again that he is the cream of the crop. He's in the top spot right now, and the hardware could be his.
And there's no more deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Yeah, a rookie year can be unpredictable, but he's consistently stood out from the crowd. You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Outside, Green, Latrey. Rebound by the Bulls. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
Not a close contest either last time they got together, but everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Yeah, give credit to those guys for playing with such aggressiveness. It makes a huge difference when you get that kind of boost from your second unit.
Here's Green after the made shot from the Prophet. Here's Thompson, and the rejection by Smith. And it goes on a bounce. That one is off Smith. Here's Green. He had 15 points last night, and they pick up 2.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Here's the Prophet. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's the Prophet, guarded by Green. Shot clock at 5. Here's the Prophet. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jalen Green. You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So, you know,
well, you're not being fair to yourself, man. Come on.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said.
With his athleticism, Green plays a lot bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
Pass to Dosunmu. Here's the Prophet. And it's all evened up. The Prophet's got 9.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for Houston. Brooks outside. Back to VanVleet. Misses the layup. Bulls have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Dosunmu, shots good.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make a pay.
Outside, Green. Driving inside, and Green slams it in.
Emphatic 2 points from Green. Great to see him being aggressive and not settle for jumpers.
Here's the Prophet, guarded by Green. Pass to the Prophet. Here's Vucevic. Şengün covering. And it's Vucevic missing. Houston's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Jones against Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. Offline with his three. Chicago leading. The Prophet passes to Smith. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Smith's got his second basket of the game.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Green taking his time here. That doesn't go either for Green. The Bulls leading by 3. Got a piece of it. Goes through the pass to the Prophet. What a recent stretch it's been for these players. They're the NBA's leading scorers over the last 10 games. Look at the Prophet leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Quite a roll he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Smith checked in for Johnson. Tari Eason comes in for Brooks. Cam Whitmore, he's checked in for Jalen Green. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Zach Collins checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Smith. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Kobe White in for Jones. Collins comes over with the double team. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. You got to love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejection. Wow.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
The Prophet with the bucket. 12 points for the Prophet.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Whitmore. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Nice D from the Prophet.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. When you look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And White kicks to Williams. Bulls moving the ball around. And stolen by Şengün. Eason against Huerter. Pass to Whitmore. This one for 3. It's all in by the Bulls.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Here's the Prophet. The kick out to Williams. 6 to shoot. Here's the Prophet. Whitmore defending.
Finding a little rhythm here. They have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little.
Here's Whitmore. The Bulls getting the bucket. Looking to end the run. No good there.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Here's the Prophet. He's covered by Eason. The Prophet passes to White. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Rockets trail by 8. To the middle. Shot by Eason. No good.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything he wanted defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Here's Whitmore after the main shot from the Prophet. Now Whitmore, he has yet to score. There's the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Here's the Prophet. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he cuts this one out.
What poise, what focus. That's an impressive shot.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. Changes. Şengün's checked in for Steven Adams. Amen Johnson comes in for Jabari Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Whitmore. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Smith. Horton Tucker comes in for Dosunmu. The Prophets checked in for Kobe White. And Jones sent in for Ball. At the guard position, VanVleet and Green. Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Here's Horton Tucker. And the Bulls with another miss. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 13-4 run. Pass to Thompson. To the paint. And Green with the basket on the assist from VanVleet. And now just a 2-point Bulls lead. Chicago has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Olman. David?
Hey, guys. Well, the Prophet in the last game against Brooklyn put on a show. He finished with 30 points on the night, and his work ethic was evident. Notching a double-double, also making his presence felt. The latest chapter in what's been a great string of games for him. We'll be looking to add on to it tonight. Guys, back to you.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. But they won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to Dallas. Outside, Green. Şengün with the screen for Green. Goes up on the high post. Goes back up. And it's Şengün getting it to go. Şengün's got it all tied up now for Houston. And so it's Jones will bring it up for Chicago. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, the outcome in that one was not determined until late in the game. A gritty back-and-forth battle throughout. And, man, what a tough way to lose.
So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in this season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. Pass to the Prophet. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. The Prophet's got for this quarter.
Good decision-making from Jones. He's embraced that in his young career.
Jones against VanVleet, and the layup's good off the glass. VanVleet's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Outside, Jones to the left wing. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the Prophet. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, back and forth.
Thompson outside. Back to Whitmore. There's the triple. And Jones pulls it down. Chicago has gone 1-4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Williams passes to Collins. The three-pointer, no good. The Rockets trace. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Van Vliet outside. Shoots over Herter. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Knocks down the three ball. The Prophets got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Chicago.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Close game so far for the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls lead by 10. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Howdy, folks. Time for halftime fun. Woo-hoo! Before we check out the action at hand, first order of business, the power rankings.
Well, right now for the Bulls, they're in that #1 spot for a reason. Playing well as a team, making it look easy. Definitely the team to beat right now, guys.
Going to take a lot to knock them out that top spot. Until then, this is their league.
And we now take a look at the Houston Rockets and the close first half they played.
They're playing too casual, not being aggressive.
And that concludes.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at the Prophet in this game, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Trey Jones out there with the Prophet. Then there's Dosunmu. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. Both shots good from the stripe. Greg, every year injuries are a huge factor in shaping its own roster. And I'm guessing that teams have probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
Rockets trail by 4. And Green slams it in.
And we've seen this all night. Green with a wide range of ways to score. And boy, he just keeps coming.
Outside, Jones. Pass to the Prophet. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Jones has got 4 assists in the game.
They're dealing with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
The Bulls leading by 5. Here's the Prophet. To the inside. High post Vucevic. Şengün's there. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's a veteran move right there. Vucevic so good with that shot.
Houston making a switch. Whitmore's checked in, and he's good on the second. And here's Brooks. He'll bring out for Houston. Pass to Şengün. Van Vliet wide open. Chicago grabs the miss. Smith's got 9 rebounds, knocks it out.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter. Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. deciding what to do with it. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. Van Vliet's a strong finisher for his side.
Pass to Dosunmu. Here's the Prophet. Back to Dosunmu. Right wing. Jones, the pass to the Prophet. No good with the triple. Gets trailed by 6. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan gives perspective. He says I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Thank you. The Prophet with the bucket. The Prophet's got 34 points.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
Van Vliet with 12 points for him. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes of gone. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Jones with the bounce pass. Here's the Prophet. Whitmore defending. Jones against Shingun. Jones the pass to the Prophet. Here's Dosunmu. No good from outside. Gets trailed by 6. Out to the right wing. Shingun with a wide open look. No good on the triple. Chicago's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Shingun GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double cover. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. It reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
And yes, it's good. 7 points for Cam Whitmore.
And Whitmore at least inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Tari Eason's checked in for Brooks. And
Get back in there.
the Prophet passes to Collins. For the tie. And good. A nice layup that time from the Prophet. The Prophet's got the game tied up here for the Bulls. .116 left in the third quarter of the game. Down low. Here's Shepard. It's rebounded by Herter.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Pass to Horton Tucker. There's a screen by Collins. Horton Tucker with it. Easton on him. 4 on the clock. A shot by the Prophet, no good. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Inside, here's Shingun. Nails the baby hook. Shingun's got 8 points.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him in every possession.
Houston moving the ball around. Nice shot by Smith.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
Pass to the Prophet. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. And it goes down 2 points. The Prophet's got 38 points. Here's Whitmore. He's got 9. With 2 seconds left. And
And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. The Rockets on top, up 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. And let's take now this moment to bring up on State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Steven Adams is out there with Smith. Then it's Green. Then it's Tari Eason. And it's Whitmore in at the shooting guard position. So that, oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that ball? Now Whitmore takes the 3. And it's White with the rebound.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Pass to the Prophet. And shot opportunity. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
That's been all night long. And also dominating the offensive boards, and that's been winning them a lot of extra looks at the hoop.
Osumu is checked in for Chicago. Trey Jones comes in for Kobe White. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Adams with the screen on Jones. From deep, Green connects from three-point range. Green's got 23.
Green knows that he needs to take and make threes at a good clip. Nice shot there.
The Prophet passes to Vucevic. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Adams, some nice D. Pass to Green. And it's Green shooting attack.
And one of Green's best assets is leading ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
Bulls trail by 5. Jones looking for an opening. Here's the Prophet. Whitmore defending. Here's the Prophet. A fadeaway. That one off the back iron and out. Rockets lead by 5. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Count that bucket.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And it's Dosunmu with the jam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get moving, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And that floater is a skill that Green continues to hone in on.
Pass to Smith. To the wing right side. Here's the Prophet. As Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 6 assists on the night.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game and a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
And here is Green. Adams finds Eason. Here's Whitmore. Shot clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot. Here's Adams. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's the Prophet. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here on the fourth. And Whitmore with the basket on the assist by Green. Whitmore's got 10 points in just the second half. And so it shows. They'll bring it up to the Chicago Bulls. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. And their road trip is only getting started as that's the second but 6 for Green. Lays it up off the glass. And now a 7-point Rocket lead.
And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
Dosunmu, the pass to the Prophet. Driving to the basket. There's Vucevic. Takes it off the glass.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing I want to happen.
And he's been a force on the glass all game.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
The Prophet off target with his 3. Rockets lead by 5. Here's Whitmore. The shot goes out. Smith with some nice D. Here's the Prophet. Eason grabs the board. Eason's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And that one's good, Whitmore.
And this is crucial to Whitmore's development, wanting to continue to improve as a scorer.
A shot by the Prophet, no good. Houston's gotten off 3 quarters in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. At the elbow, Whitmore. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Free throw good, Whitmore. Houston making some changes. Şengün's checked in for Adams. Amen Thompson comes in for Jabari Smith. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Tari Eason. The Prophet passes to Jones. Vucevic setting the pick for Jones. Lets a floater go, and the layup is up and in.
Jones gutting it out in close.
And he got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Brooks checked in for Houston. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Ime Udoka's huddle. Now, Coach told his team, we're up. Take care of the ball. Don't give them the game. Playing smart basketball will clinch a victory for us. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Jones. The shot from the low post is good.
Really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Rockets lead by 6. VanVleet goes to Şengün. Now here's Green. Another miss by Houston. Here's the Prophet by Green. Here's Vucevic. Great defense that time from Şengün.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Green, no luck.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
Here's Dosunmu. It's the 3-point bomb. Dosunmu's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Really the best result they could have hoped for on that possession. They get back all 3 points they just gave up and are close to putting this thing out of reach.
Pass to the Prophet. Bulls moving the ball around. Now here's Dosunmu. Over Brooks. Dosunmu's shot is off. Houston leading by 6. Brooks with it. Jones covering. Fader on the way. And Jones pulls it down. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And slams on by Vucevic.
Those are some veteran instincts there by Vooch. Knowing the situation and giving his team needed points.
Green up on top. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, when he's got space to operate inside like that, he is not going to hesitate.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Jones. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Now just a 2-point Houston lead.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Here's Green. To the hoop. Good.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
To the right side. The Prophet passes to Jones. Here's the Prophet. Yes!
This offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
To tie it up. Good. A huge shot to tie it up.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. 8 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the foul. It's by Jalen Green. That's his 5th foul.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Jones, the pass to Dosu. Here's the Prophet. On the wing, Jones. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the Prophet. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time. And they turn it over. Very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. And we've got a timeout call from Ime Udoka. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Green inside the three-point line. It's up.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you know?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort because he's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body even against guys that are a lot taller. He is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA. Haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Sengun out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Van Vliet into the point guard. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Thompson. some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's the Prophet. And again.
My goodness. 50 for the 8.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And Joe Van Fleet will bring it up for the Rockets. They've led by as much as 10 to the middle. Here's Green. Another shot. That shot misses. Great D that time from Vucevic. Jones, the pass to the Prophet. Back to Jones. On the wing, Dosunmu. Really left alone that time. Dosunmu's got it all tied up now for Chicago.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served it up.
Here's Green. It's all in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. Here's the Prophet. Brooks covering. The Prophet. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Rockets have gone 2 of 5 on shot attempts since the end of regulation. Jones against Green. And Green slams it in.
No fear in the eyes of Green. Willing and ready to take the big shot for his team.
Outside, Jones. Pass to the Prophet. Lets it go. And it's Van Fleet with the rebound.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss it too.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
The Prophet passes to Smith. Count the basket.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
Here's Green, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got 40 points.
And almost any time he wants, Green can put the ball on the floor and make a play.
Here's the Prophet. And, yep, another basket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Houston in the lead. Outside, Green. Money!
And with the game tight, Green gets even more in that zone and ensures he's delivering what his team needs.
Jones, the pass to the Prophet. Stolen by Brooks. And he commits the intentional foul. Van Fleet with it. Outside, Green. And now inside the foul intentional. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can hit the second. That's good. Going 1-2 from the line, and that puts them up by 5.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
And then foul. Trying to extend that game.
Pass to the Prophet. Outside, Jones, the Prophet, and another one.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. That's a foul called on the Prophet. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And so both free throws are good. It's a 5-point game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Pass to Smith. Looking for Dosunmu, and he gets it there. Here's the Prophet. Brooks grabs the board. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Here's the Prophet. And again, no good by Chicago. So Houston wins it. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Season's not over. Plenty of time left. Hey, it's just one loss. No excuses tonight, because I know you didn't go out there. Fans love days like this.
And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. We hope St. Patty's Day is bringing everyone out there for a handful of teams at this point of the year. The future is now as they fall out of the playoff race.
But, Brian, there is a dilemma to be worked out in these cases, and here's what I mean by that. Your team is now out of contention, but veterans, generally speaking, don't believe that, and they want to be competitive in the basketball games. In the meantime, the organization, from a broad perspective, is thinking, we've got to start to play the young guys so that they can gain some much-needed experience in big games. Tough situation.
And the starting group for Chicago. They've got Ayo Dosunmu, Jalen Smith is out there with Nikola Vucevic, and it's Trey Jones, and it's the Prophet in at the shooting guard position. Here's Hendricks. Back to Markkanen. The three ball. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Smith passes to Jones. The shot that time not on target. Some solid defense from Sexton. Low block shot. And it's the Prophet with a rebound. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Jones, pass to the Prophet. Shoots over Collins. And Collins with the big block.
Yeah, that's just John Collins erasing shot attempts with that long wingspan.
Sexton against Jones. Sexton, that's good. Sexton's got his second basket of the night.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Dosunmu. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Here's the Prophet, he's guarded by Markkanen. Just 4 to shoot. Dosunmu, pass to the Prophet, down low. Vucevic, that one falls.
Well, Nikola Vucevic can score against excellent defense. That is a good finish in close.
For Utah, they've gone just 2 for 4 for the floor. Of course, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform?
I'm not going greatest player, BA. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone, pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
Here's Vucevic. The Jazz making their last shot. And it's the Prophet missing. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I spoke with the Jazz head coach for a bit. And one of their main defensive focuses, Nikola Vucevic. Coach telling me that Vuce has the big body, plus he can really shoot it, but they really emphasized boxing him out. Nikola is great at converting misses into second chance points. Boxing out. It's back to the basics, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And stolen by Sexton. Marketing outside. Pass to Sexton. Marketing outside. Here's Sexton. Back to Marketing. Shot clock at 5. Fires top of the key. And it's the Prophet with a rebound. Bulls trail by 4. Jones pass to Smith. Collins with the rebound. The Jazz have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Here's Sexton. Banked it in off the glass. Sexton's got 8 points.
Well, Sexton showing that he's more than just a jump shooter. Very comfortable on the interior against size.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Chicago shooting their first free throw of the night here. First quarter of play, just over 3.5 minutes in. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Bulls trail by 5. Here's the Prophet going inside. That's it. Coming off an assist from Jones. He's got 7. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 9, finding their rhythm now. Here's Sexton, and the Jazz tack on 2 more.
And guys, from Colin Sexton, it's really about taking smart shots, because when he does, you can see he's got the ability to catch fire.
And here's Vucevic. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Right side, Sexton. Marketing sets a screen. Sexton misses.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Dosunmu pass to Vucevic. To the paint. Pass to Dosunmu. And here's Smith. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get off the shot. They get it back. Now here's Vucevic. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Tries the spin move. Sexton misses. Chicago trailing here. It's Vucevic, high post. Outside Jones. The 3 knocks down the triple. The Jazz have had 7 of their first 12 shots to go. Jones against George to the middle. Here's Sexton. Rebound by the Bulls.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Oh, my goodness. Off his feet in a hurry. You love to see Jalen Smith play with aggression in the paint.
Pass to Hendricks. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Jalen Smith. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Bulls.
Well, hey, guys, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
And it's the Prophet missing. Utah's gone over 2 from outside to the inside. Marketing. And Marketing Markkanen with the stuff.
I love it when Markkanen decides to throw it down. Show some fire on that finish.
Well, when you talk about the most underrated players in the league, Norris, Sexton has to be in the conversation.
Well, let's begin with the fact that he's an absolutely fearless scorer, a tough competitor, an improved facilitator. There's grit, determination. He's willing to get into you defensively. He is somebody that will compete on the defensive end.
Connects from downtown. Markkanen's got his second bucket on the night.
You have got to be willing to close when Markkanen is out on the perimeter. His shot will punish you because it's a sweet shooting stroke.
White finds Herter. Here's the pass. Check by Sexton. And he can't get that one. Utah's going 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. You know, Grant, looking at the career of Colin Sexton, he had a huge third season. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Clarkson, and counted from 12 feet. Clarkson's got his second basket of the game.
Well, Jordan Clarkson specializes at capitalizing on what the defense gives him. Nicely done in the mid-range.
They've got Collier, also Colin Sexton out there. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Kenyon Martin. And it's Sensabaugh in at the power forward. That's the group for Utah right now. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jones, drilled from 11 feet out. Jones has got 5 points.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Takes the 3. And it's the Prophet with a rebound. The Prophet's got 4 rebounds now. It's stolen by Clarkson. He's got a clear path. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Clarkson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Jordan Clarkson has the kind of speed and athleticism to get out in transition and be a problem.
Here's Jones. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
The defense kind of opened up for him, and he took full advantage.
Jazz leading by 4. Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Inside, here's Clarkson. Second chance shot. Smith with the rebound. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, the Prophet in their last game against the Rockets really lit up the floor. He picked up 54 points and just played hard, notching a double-double. And he had a monster game that last time out. He'll try to match or even exceed those numbers tonight. That's got to be scary to face, Brian.
Good stuff, Allie. Tremendous effort from him in that last game, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I think he pushed them to the win through sheer force of will.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long. That is a really pretty finish. Just gently dropped in the finger roll.
Here's Collier. 5 points in the game. Pass to Sensabaugh. Beyond the arc. Gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
They're shooting the 3 extremely well this quarter. Be fun to see if they can keep it up.
And the shot goes.
That's what you call playing with passion and getting after it, Jalen Smith.
Jazz leading by 5. Here's Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. Shot clock at 6. With the floater. It's deflected.
Oh, nice job by Smith. Gets a piece of the ball without committing the foul.
Pass to Vucevic. From down in the low post, it goes. Now just a 3-point Jazz lead.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
And Utah calls time here. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
Horton Tucker, he's checked in for Chicago. Pass to Markkanen. A shot from mid-range. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Puts up the 8-footer. Nice touch on the bank shot. The Prophet's got 16 points.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
Here's Hendricks. Now Clarkson. There's the 3. Drills it from deep.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Here's the Prophet. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Horton Tucker, the pass to the Prophet. Now here's Jones. Outside Horton Tucker. Pass to the Prophet. Utah with the rebound. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
George passes to Clarkson. Here's Hendricks. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Down low. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. He has 6.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Here's Hendricks. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith. Chicago has got 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Pass to Horton Tucker. 4-3, and the 3-pointer goes. And now a 3-point Chicago lead.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
George scanning the floor. And here's Clarkson. A shot to stop the run. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Clarkson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, Jordan Clarkson came into the NBA as an aggressive scorer, and in the mid-range, he is as good as it gets.
Chicago shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here. And he makes the first. Sexton's checked in for Clarkson. So Chicago going with an almost entire new group here. Collins, he's checked in for Nikola Vucevic. Williams comes in for Smith. Herter's checked in for Horton Tucker. And it's White in for Jones. Now here's George. He's scoreless. Pass to Hendricks. Now Sexton. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into the half. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. See you in just a bit.
Hello, everybody. No lack of drama tonight. The Utah Jazz might be taking this one all the way down to the wire.
I'm surprised it's close, not going to lie. They played some weak D, giving them too many easy open looks.
Mincing, no words, as usual. We'll see if Coach can get into their heads. Okay, and now moving on to what's been a fantastic head-to-head matchup at the two-guard spot.
Makes for a fun night when it's mano at the shooting guard. These guys should see a lot of touches the rest of the way. I'm sure they're both will. And you know two guards that never get enough attention. Ain't that right, Kenny?
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
Yun yung time hinanap ka namin, tapos sabi namin, walis ko.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, and welcome back to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. Smith out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Trey Jones. Then there's Dasumu. And it's the Prophet in at the two-guard spot. Chicago leading. And he's going for the oop here. George with a steal. To the paint. And Collins with the slam.
Oh, my goodness. John Collins with the emphatic finish.
Chicago has gone 4 of 9 so far for the perimeter. Pass to Dasumu. Over Markkanen. And too long on the shot. Utah shooting at about 51% for the game so far. They swipe it. Here's the Prophet. He's got 21.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Got a piece of it.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to dirt. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Ryan.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. Knocks it down from distance.
Well, nice job to capitalize right there in an instance where all you got to do is catch and shoot.
Here's Jones. Sexton grabs the board. Sexton's got 7 rebounds in the game. George passes to Sexton. That three's off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 5 in this third quarter. Here's the Prophet. Dasumu outside to the left wing. Here's the Prophet. Checked by Sexton. He's got his 9th make out of 15 tries. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. And Utah calls time here. Collins passes to George. Back to Collins. Outside Sexton, and it's going to be out of bounds with the Jazz retaining possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Just 5 to shoot. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, it's easy to say, but this is one guy you don't want to foul. Colin Sexton is an excellent free throw shooter.
And the second free throw is good.
He really wanted to capture the lead there, but on the bright side, at least the game is tied.
And there's the foul. It's on Colin Sexton. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul.
George against Jones. Shoots over George. Jones misses. Utah's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Left side Sexton. Back to George. Collins with a screen on Jones. It's Markkanen on the wing. Clock at 6. Sexton passes to Markkanen. That shot missing. The Bulls have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. Pass to the Prophet. Jones with the ball. Here's Vucevic. Collins defending. Vucevic pass to the Prophet. Vucevic against Collins. Here's the Prophet. He drops it from range. The Prophet's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with Vucevic, willing to find the open guy.
Markkanen outside. Pass to George. The 3 is up. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds now, and he drives in. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Now it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
For Utah, they've got only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Markkanen outside. Now Sexton. Here's the 3. Chicago with a rebound. Smith's got 5 rebounds in the game. Down low. Here's DeSumo. Oh, a rib-rattling two-handed jam.
This team looks so focused out there trying to increase their lead.
You know, they can make things much easier on themselves in the fourth if they just have a few more possessions like that.
Collins right side. Pass to Markkanen. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of where to get.
Substitutions on the court.
For the gap.
There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. And he's going for the lob! And stolen by Herter. Pass to the Prophet. It's tipped. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. It's the Bulls leading by 3. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Collier. Then there's Kenyon Martin. Then it's Yaroslav Mikhailu. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Bulls leading by 3. Outside Horton Tucker. Here's the Prophet. He's covered by Clarkson. 6 on the shot clock. The Prophet, the pass to Horton Tucker. Drains the triple. Horton Tucker's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Jazz shooting 47% of this one, looking efficient. Martin with a screen on White. Clarkson outside. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
That is how you respond to 1-3 on one end. Clarkson with a tray of his own. Go ahead, Jordan.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Collier. Clarkson outside. Clarkson missing again.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
On the take.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Jazz trail by 7. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Here's the Prophet. Pass to Vucevic. Uses the glass on the layup. Vucevic has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, Vucevic at his best. A reliable interior scorer. Great size, great touch.
Here's Mikhailov. Fades back. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
The open shot, White. And there's another one for the Bulls.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Utah is going 1-2 from deep in this quarter. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
To the inside. Here's the Prophet. Yet another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now Clarkson. The three. On target from range. Clarkson's got 19 points.
Building confidence in that deep ball. 1 from distance in the first, 2 in the second.
Here's the Prophet. He's covered by Clarkson. The Prophet, the pass to Horton Tucker. Here's the Prophet. Clock at 4. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one's on Clarkson.
Man, good whistle there.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, not content to take what the defense gives them. I mean, they're attacking the gaps and getting the ball inside.
But they've also been scoring on the break. How difficult it is to get buckets on the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
The Sumu, he's checked in for Chicago. Jones comes in for White.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Inside. Here's Smith. And another dime for him.
Another possession, another assist.
Man, is he sharing the ball well. Hitting his guys right in their spots. Pass to Hendricks. Clarkson outside. No good from outside. Bulls leading by 12. Jones on the post. George defending. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Keontae George.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sexton's checked in.
And really strong at the line since the break.
Fires from deep. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Thursday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Sacramento Kings.
And for that game against the Lakers, this is one that they expect to win. But those games can be tricky. Remember, there are no free wins in this league.
Pass to the Prophet. Outside Jones. Three-pointer.
The perimeter game has failed him thus far. Hit one from range in the first half, but nothing since.
George's shot is good.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. Picked by Vucevic. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pin.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Sexton. It's hauled in by the Bulls. And that's their 3rd game of a long 6-game trip. And up the court come the Bulls on the break.
But you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
Now here's George. Outside Sexton. To the middle. Here's Markkanen. It's Markkanen scoring inside.
Well, get the ball and go to work. Markkanen using his size to great effect inside.
Bulls leading by 14. Jones with the ball. Pass to DeSumo. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Hendricks has got 4 rebounds now.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Here's George. 11 feet out, and he hits it. George has gotten 4 this quarter.
And he's a crafty scorer for a young player. George is always going to find the gaps in the defense.
The Prophet, that's good. And the Bulls lead by 14.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And Smith over to help. Markkanen, pass to George. Sinks it from distance.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Chicago has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. Pass to Smith. Here's the Prophet. Back to Smith. 5 on the clock. Down low. And he makes it on the layup.
Boy, that's a high percentage look by Jalen Smith. Exactly what you want your big man to create.
Timeout, Jags. Markkanen outside. A show of force by Markkanen to get through.
Boy, he's got so much length that under duress, still able to finish. Go ahead, Lowry Markkanen.
Chicago leading by 11. A minute 22 left in the final quarter. The Prophet. Outside Jones. 6 to shoot. Pass to the Prophet. For 3, Smith. The rebound by Markkanen.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Puts up a 3. Yes! Markkanen from deep.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Smith passes to the Prophet. Collins with the rebound. And here are the Jazz. They're on a 12-4 run. Here's George, and that one good.
There's such a sturdy frame on George. I mean, it makes it easier for him to take those shots on his way to the rim.
And so they foul intentionally. And now we've got an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. And so it's Utah with a 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Marketed right side, back to Sexton. The putback, it's good on the putback. Here's the Prophet, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
15 foul. At the line of fouls, number 20.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Here's Hendricks. Laces one from three.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
Time called here. Jazz decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. All right, guys, what's your take?
Too little, too late. Making a change won't save them now.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
And so Chicago takes the win, and they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. So long, everybody.
That's what I'm talking about.
MP's looking like a quarterback out there, running options, calling audibles, putting up points, dominating the orchestra.
Chris, what's up?
MP in the house. Let's get to work. It's time to grind. You up for a scrimmage?
No, I'm down.
You have better today. Nice work. I'll see you next week.
I appreciate it. Thanks for pushing me.
Yes, sir.
Ganito. Yung tinapay dun. Yung tinapay dun ay dahil yung tinapay nga dun. Hindi, yung tinapay nga dun.